All right, guys, welcome back to Frog Boy X1 Gaming and Tech Reviews. I'm Andrew, and today is another double feature day, probably a triple feature day, but let's talk about this. Nvidia releases a beta patch that restores all of your performance losses from the last Windows update in October that legit costs you 40+% performance on your RTX 5090 and other GPUs on Assassin's Creed Shadows. Being that is one of my highest played games this year, that shit didn't sit right with me. And I started getting mad. and I started blaming Nvidia. And sure as shit, Nvidia was able to launch a beta feature that fixes that. Well, my solution was to turn off resizable bar. I've left it off since. So at this point, I am not sure if re-enabling that and downloading this update until it actually becomes like in the stable drivers. I just don't know if I'm gonna do it. But let's talk about this, okay? Because we go out and we spend a lot of money on these GPUs, especially if we are in the enthusiast bracket and we're chasing this high-end stuff like the RTX 5090. When you look at something like that, something as simple as a Windows update taking away 40% of your performance and then just being able to disable resizable bar and get all of that back, that tells me a couple of things. That tells me that there's a lot going on in the world right now in terms of like different features and different things when it comes to Windows. Windows is pretty heavily laden with just all kinds of stuff that obviously they fix one thing, they break more. My experience with Windows, guys, hasn't been horrible. Like I'm not one of them dudes that are out there. I've been PC gaming for 4 years. I'm not out there freaking out and being like, oh, Windows sucks and they need to, like, let's do Linux, blah, blah, blah. Like I'm not that guy. Yet. I'm not super cynical when it comes to Windows. I still like it. I actually kind of think Copilot's kind of cool, man. Like I like the fact that like it will take snapshots of stuff that I was looking at, store them for me so that I can go back and look through that stuff if there's something that I really need. You don't know how many times that I've been like working on something, or I'll be like, you know, on a website and I'm looking at something and then I just can't find to get back there. Like that is a helpful feature for some people. I don't use it all the time and I don't need it all the time. That happens every once in a blue moon, but I don't mind having that to re-reference a little bit down the road. Like I don't really mind that. So it's one of those things that's like, look, man, if it helps you and it works, cool. If it doesn't, I mean, if you're afraid of, you know, your privacy being, we have no privacy, bro. Like I hope you understand that. It doesn't matter if you're on Linux or Windows or wherever the hell you're at. Like Linux, trust and believe, if everybody started using that, you better bet your bottom dollar that somebody's going to find a way to get in there and start tracking your data just right there too. Like it doesn't matter if you carry a cell phone or whatever, they already know who you are. There's really no way to hide from any of this anymore. That's why protecting your Second Amendment rights in America will always be importante. And the First Amendment. The First Amendment, freedom of speech, and the Second Amendment is the right to bear arms. The second one is to protect the first one. Remember that. And you know, so just remember that. Like instead of railing against everything else, be firm in your commitment to those two First Amendments. Be firm in your commitment to protecting those, and do not elect people that would try to cut those down. Period. End of subject. Now let's move on back to the whole thing with Nvidia. So guys, $2,600 GPU, the RTX 5090. It's going for like $3,000 again. With the new current whatever's going on with the memory, it's probably going to go up higher. It is what it is. It's the PC space. Get the shit when. That's why I tell you guys. That's why Froggy tells you, stop waiting for shit. Stop waiting. Buy it when it's right. Like when you have the money to buy it, stop being cheap. That's my biggest. Like, stop being cheap, okay? Stop looking for a deal. Stop trying to be frugal. Stop trying to let these other guys persuade you into waiting, because look what happens to you when you wait and you wait and you wait. And then you see the prices go up and then you get mad and then you have to wait and you wait. Just buy this shit when you can afford it. It doesn't even matter. Nothing is set in stone when it comes to freaking PC prices. It's almost like gas prices, to be completely honest with you. It changes so rapidly that it doesn't even matter. Look, the tech space, for people out there that want new and want better, do you really need all that stuff? Absolutely not. You don't. You don't. Could you buy used and be fine? Probably. But the thing is like chasing a GPU like the 5090, okay? After seeing an update like that, knock off 40+%. Some people are saying 47% performance. Getting back 47% performance on Assassin's Creed freaking Shadows. That's wild. That's wild. You spend all this money, you do all that prepping to buy the best hardware on the planet, and then you deal with that. You deal with your melting plugs. You deal with all of this stuff, to be completely fair. And then you have to ask yourself, like why do you go through this? Why do we go through this? Like, what on earth drives the PC space like it does? You know what I mean? Like, if you had a 9070 XT, let me just tell you this. If you had a 9070 XT, let's do it this way. If you had a 9060 XT, a 9070 XT, you can fill in the blanks if you want to use 5060 Ti, 16 gigabyte, or 5070 Ti. Just fill in the blanks. If you had either of those four builds, and then you went to a 5090, like, yeah, your performance is going to be higher on the 5090, but you're going to look back at your 5070 Ti or your 9070 XT, and you're going to be like, holy shit, dude, like, these are damn good. Like, do I even need a 50 freaking 90? You know, and I use AMD is because, like, I didn't get a massive 40% reduction of performance by switching over to freaking, by downloading a freaking update. And then, if you want to be one of the weirdos, I'm joking, you're not weirdos, but if you want to be one of those people that are like, Linux, look, man, Steam's out there supporting AMD, okay? If you got a full AMD build, you could probably download SteamOS and jump on there and have a good time and just kind of work within the little walls of whatever Steam's got going on, and you could probably have a good experience that way. You know, AMD is probably better for the Linux experience, so I'm told over and over and over again, in all caps sometimes, that Linux is probably, you know, that SteamOS or Linux is better on AMD. And I'm like, okay, look, with Nvidia, guys, I've always had that kind of love-hate relationship when it comes to Nvidia, and yes, stupid little things like that, for some reason, tend to bug me and start to wear down on my mindset when it comes to it, because these are the things that I just don't experience on AMD. Like, I just get into AMD and it's usually a smooth system. I mean, lately though, I've been having a lot of driver timeouts when I'm trying to like edit videos and play games at the same time, or, you know, I'm editing a video and then I try to play a video at the same time. Like, I've gotten a driver crash like a couple of times, and that kind of annoys me, because then I got to reboot my whole freaking system. But you know, like things like that, like little nitpicks that just happen in PC gaming like all the time. Like it is what it is, man. Like, it is what it is. I just don't think they're ever going to be able to fully fix all of this stuff. And if they, I don't know. If everything ran perfectly, you would never have a reason to upgrade or buy anything else. So the thing with this new update, proving that literally it's something Nvidia could have fixed. Oh, hey, you know what? At least they're on it. To be completely honest with you, at least they're on it. It is good to know that at least Nvidia will try to fix things that Windows breaks. So I commend them for that. I absolutely commend them for that. And you know, that's awesome. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I turned off resizable bar. It worked for me. I'm probably just going to leave it off because I don't care at this point. If it's not benefiting me, why use it? I mean, I've got a 5090. Usually performance is going to be better than my 9070 XT no matter what. But it was wild to see my 5090 performing almost damn near exactly to my 9070 XT on that game. That was pretty wild. That was really wild, actually. And so, yeah, it's one of those things where, like, I just don't even really care at this point, to be completely fair. And I don't think anybody else does either, because nobody watches the PC content. So it's just wild to have to chase that. But yeah, guys, that's crazy, man. Thank you, Nvidia, for fixing this issue, for putting out some sort of software to help those that are affected by this to be able to regain their performance on these games. I do like that, and I do appreciate that. That's one of the things that I really do like about, you know, these companies. They really do want to take care of their customers, and, you know, I feel like it's pretty tough to be in their shoes, you know, because if they just kept giving us everything and there was no need to upgrade, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I don't blame them. They want to take advantage of us poor people, and that's fine. That's fine. It is what it is. Just buy what you can afford. Look, man, it's electronics. Since I was younger, there's always been a way to get electronics cheaper. Like they always, you know, if you really want something, eventually it's going to be cheaper, and it's going to be affordable, and it's going to be obtainable. But lately now, like, we have so much e-waste out there that it's like, gosh dang, man, things have changed a lot in my lifetime. It's almost like Nvidia and AMD and stuff. They just don't make as much of the stuff. Like before they would make a whole bunch of products and you would see the prices go down, you know, like the PlayStation or the Xboxes or something like that. Like before the end of the generation, they'd be cheaper, you know, halfway through, you'd be able to probably get them for, you know, a good deal. So I just don't get it anymore. I don't see that happening very often with the GPU market. It's pretty wild, but yeah, that's my 2 cents on it. Like, I'm happy they fixed it. So we'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.